This morning I woke up early, watched the sunrise, drank a cup of coffee, checked a few emails, texted a friend, laughed way too hard about an internet meme that wasn't very funny. But then I kicked it into high gear. Today I've been researching new music supervisors and licensing agents, I've been connecting with music bloggers, and I'm finalizing some lyrics for a writing session that I have today at 2 p.m. So someone asked me last week what it entails to be a songwriter and producer, what I do all day. And I started thinking about it and I decided to break it down for you. There's not a clear-cut roadmap to follow, so I've had to forge my own path. And I'm going to share some of that with you right now, so buckle up. So what does all this work entail? I get asked this a lot, and so let me break it down to you into 4 areas of effort. The first is education. I spend a huge amount of time learning my instruments, whether it's ukulele chords or drum patterns, sax improv, string ensembles, or just new virtual instrument software that I need to know to do my job. Next is several times a week, I research music that's being licensed to ad companies, TV shows, and music. And I gather all this knowledge and I make Spotify and YouTube playlists of songs that are being used. And then I listen back to these songs throughout the week. Then I watch and rewatch educational videos and podcasts from my teachers in LA. I listen to recordings of music supervisors giving lectures, YouTube videos about the constantly changing music business, tips on how to license, market, etc., etc., etc. I research and contact Spotify curators that build playlists that introduce listeners to new music coming out and request that they include fan fiction tracks into their collections. I also research and make lists of music blogs that are looking for new music, and then I reach out to them as well. Finally, I make lists of licensing agents and music supervisors in the industry and uncover creative ways of reaching out to them and building relationships. Creating the music. This is the fun part. Every day I'm creating new music. Some of my time I spend brainstorming new lyrics based on common ad themes used in commercials and film. And then several times a month I do an online writing session with other co-writers and songwriters from around the country that I respect. I spend hours and hours writing hook lines, melodies, harmonies, and creating new grooves and vibes that fit the emotions I'm writing toward. And then tons of hours go into producing the tracks. As you know, I not only write, but I also record and produce all my tracks. This is the most expensive effort in creating music, so by having learned to do it myself has saved me an enormous amount of money. Next, choosing the right instruments for the production is crucial, and sometimes requires hiring musicians to get the right sound for each track, like a solo guitarist or a violin player. And as you know, one of the areas I pride myself the most in is working with various top-notch vocalists. I do not shy away from finding the best quality in this effort, and I only use voices I strongly believe in for my tracks. But as you can imagine, there's a lot of work here as well: scheduling, recording, teaching the vocalist the song, recording them either in my studio or virtually, working through all the parts, the technical aspect of getting the right sound from the vocalist, the harmonies, the improvisations, etc. The last part of the process is the mixing and mastering. For me to achieve a competitive sound in the market means I have to have a quality mix, and so I outsource this. Now, fortunately, I found an extremely affordable mixing engineer that does an excellent job in what he does. And then this gets passed over to the mastering engineer, who finalizes the stereo file sent from the mixing engineer and makes it radio ready.